we go to Aldershot in the playoff semi-final when sort of the away game on like a Tuesday, Wednesday night or whatever it was. I was 17 again, wasn't it? And sort of we went down there because obviously you don't know the traffic. We got there early and stuff. And there's a nice pub not far from the away end in Aldershot. Been in there a few times, I think. We're sitting there in the pub, chatting away and everything. Through comes the team. So we're looking at him thinking, what on earth is that team? What's he doing here? Stockton was playing, wasn't he, up front and stuff, and thinking, what's gone on? I just don't understand what sort of formation he's playing and everything. And, it's not, I'm talking hindsight here. We're talking about, before the game, sitting in the pub. And obviously the rest's history, isn't it? It worked to a treat. We won 3-0. Stockton scored 2. This is at the away leg as well, not even the home leg. And it was just sort of so unexpected. And it just sort of proves to you that sometimes, as much as you think you know football, which, I think we do know football, but every now and again, someone like Mickey would pull up a formation or a way of playing or some sort of tactic or the personnel in that case, bringing Stockton in and stuff. And just work the treat to actually go there. We were all saying before the game, would you accept a 1-0 defeat and stuff like? And we won 3-0. And we thoroughly deserved winning 3-0 as well. We really did. And I thought that was one of the few games where I thought, my God, some managers really are on another planet. So others, they really are. I know they have more information than us and everything and stuff. But I thought Mickey was great at things like that. I really did. I was so sorry when he went. I don't think, when his last season, was it his last main season he had where we finished 12th when we didn't have any strikers? I'm thinking, what would we give for that now? Really, I didn't have him back at a heartbeat. I really would. I know 90% of Tranmere fans, well, maybe not 90%, but maybe 50% of Tranmere fans wouldn't have him back and stuff. But I just thought he knew the game so well. He really did. And quite often he'd come out with, tactical formations. And at the end of the day, boil it down, who was the last one who got any decent success for us? I know Keith Hill did all right, didn't he, that one season where he was there? But, proper success, it was Mickey. And wherever he's been, he's always had decent success. He really has. Go back to, before Shrewsbury and stuff like that. I just thought it was an absolute tactical masterclass, that Aldershot away game. And it just sort of blew us all away. And everyone in the pub was talking about it because there was loads of Tranmere fans and stuff who were saying, what's he doing? Has he lost the plot? Does he want to lose this game or something and stuff? And it just worked down to a T. He must have obviously watched them and stuff. And he must have, come up with a stunning game plan that actually worked. 3-0. And the rest, the second leg, just academic then, isn't it, really? But, oh, God, that was just a tactical masterclass of Mickey, which none of us could believe it. Even like the older people who sort of understand football and stuff as well, not just like the young kids and stuff who maybe have got a little bit to learn and stuff. With all due respect to, some people think they know everything and they don't and stuff. But there was no one in the pub that night, said, oh, I know what he's going to do and stuff. And we were all sort of, my God, we'll take a 1-0 defeat, maybe 2-0 defeat. And it worked to a T. And I've never, ever had that sort of situation before in an important match. It's probably happened in a normal league game or whatever. But it's such an important match as that, to actually come up with something like that. And I'm thinking, my God, that's just unbelievable. It really was. It just blew me away, that with Mickey. And I personally, I like Mickey. I thought he was a lovely fella. You've had a lot more to do with him than I did. And I thought he was just a nice man. Every time I'd met him, he's always, willing to have a chat or whatever and stuff. And he's just a nice man. And I just felt so sorry for him when he got sacked that second time. But in a way, I sort of look at Oldham's results and think, go on, do well. Do well again, Mickey. But yeah, that was a great game.
A lot more personable than some other managers Tranmere have had, believe you me. The Tranmere team that night, by the way, for those wondering, was Scott Davis in goal. It was McNulty and Ehekwe at the back. Liam Ridehouse was on the left with Adam Buxton on the right. It was then a midfield three, by the looks of it, of Maynard, Hughes and Wallace, and then a front three of Norwood and Jennings playing either side of Stockton. Stockton got 2, Norwood got 1. Tranmere were very much helped by a horrendous goalkeeping error, which Norwood pounced upon. And if you remember, you'd have been... So I was there as press, and the press box at Aldershot is slightly towards one side of the pitch, and it's much closer to the home end than it is the away end. So you were at the opposite end of the pitch to
Yes.
where the goal goes in.
Yeah.
And I remember it took a good 3 or 4 seconds for the Tranmere fans to react to that goal.
Yeah.
Because the goalkeeper just drops the ball, Noor puts it over the line, and everyone's kind of waiting for the referee to blow a whistle for a foul. And he doesn't. And then everyone just goes, all right, we've got another here. And it just went berserk.
Yeah. It was. What's got? It was like, because obviously no one could see it close up because they were all down the other end. It was a case of, what's happened? What's happened? It can't be a goal. Another one, like, and it was. Yeah, it was a bit weird, that, like, a sort of delayed reaction. Yeah. I'll have to watch that game back again at some point, sort of see if I can find it somewhere and stuff. But it was another good game, and just the tactical. And when you read that, you think about them players in that team. I tell you what, if we'd have kept them players, we'd have sort of sailed straight through, sort of, never mind, like, the year after when we actually won the playoffs and stuff. We'd have sailed through that league. To keep that team, and you had Cook and Noors and Hughes and everyone, and James Wallace, what a player James Wallace was. If he'd have kept fit, I know that's half the thing, isn't it, why he's probably down at our level and stuff, but what a talent on his day. What a talent. Yeah, I think, wasn't that when he'd just come back from injury or something as well? Was that the same game where he'd just come back from injury?
Well, he played a fair bit before then. He picked up an injury. Well, it was very intermittent, really. He made his second debut as such against Macclesfield on Boxing Day, and then played against them again on New Year's Day. Didn't play again till the back end of January. Handful of appearances, 3 of them between January 28th and February the 11th. Out injured again. Then returns for that Forest Green game, which Tranmere lost 1-0 at Prenton Park when Kane Woolery scored. He came on as a 26-minute sub for Jay Harris, who got injured in that game and subsequently missed the playoffs later in the season because of it. But he then finally starts a game against Guiseley on the 17th. So he's just beginning to get his way into match fitness. And many listeners will remember that he injured himself in the playoff semi-final, second leg against Aldershot. And sadly, that was pretty much him done. Well, it was him done for that season. He would come back the next year and make 2 more appearances, but he was pretty much done in a Tranmere shirt by that point. He ran the show for the games that he was available for.
Oh God, yeah, he was definitely a class above. He really was. He was a fantastic player, such a talent. I feel so sorry. Obviously, I feel sorry being a Tranmere fan and that happening, but I feel so sorry for the actual player himself. He must know. I'm not saying he's going to be big-headed and say it or anything, but he must know he's like a class above, and he must know that if he can keep injury-free, he'd be in the Championship, probably at least, wouldn't he? He was a fantastic player. And the amount of players he'd had like that, and just injuries, and you can be the best player in the world, but if you're in the stands, sitting there injured, you're no good to the team, are you? Unfortunately, club, it's... it's a shame. It really is a shame. But yeah, that was a great team. That really was a great team. I'd still look fondly back at McNulty and stuff. Christ, he'd die for you, McNulty, wouldn't he? He really would. What a player! What a player!